this deck profile is going to be really special. And I say that because this is coming from one of the best, if not the best, Thunder Dragon players in the world. What's going on, you guys? Slim here to bring you guys an updated Thunder Dragon Chaos list for you guys, but I've got Andres Torres' exact list that he piloted the last time we saw Thunders in action. I felt that there was no other way for me to proceed to this profile than to actually showcase his deck. In my personal opinion, he is one of the best Thunder Dragon players. Him and Jesse Cotton, there are next to none when it comes to Thunder Dragons. And I looked at all the possible builds I have done. I've looked at ratios. I've seen the flaws in my own builds. And I felt that, you know what, instead of doing that, I'm going to showcase their deck so that you can see what a champion level profile looks like. And hopefully you guys do enjoy. Andres Torres was nice enough to, talk to me about Thunders before. He is literally doing Colossus's work. Without Colossus, he's doing everyone's work. He constantly plays the deck even when most people won't, and I really do admire him for that. Very, very nice player, very, very nice person. So hopefully this video does him justice trying to explain the cards for you guys. As always, if you guys are new here, consider subscribing, hit that notification bell. You guys will be notified when I stream over on Twitch. Also be notified when I upload. Links are in the description as always. If you guys want to purchase any cards, use my TCG player link down below. You guys already know. And those of you that have joined my Patreon, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And those of you that want to join, link is in the description. We have some awesome tiers over there, awesome rewards, deck submissions, everything. No tier over $10, and we're also going to be having the side deck heavily explained over there on Patreon, so definitely check it out. Links in the description as always. We're going to get into the deck. I think it's amazing. I really love what he brought to the table with this deck. It's a very unique build that we haven't really seen anyone mess with. And if you guys look on YouTube, as far as the Thunder Dragon lists go, a lot of them are going with what Andres put forward, and I wanted to give him the credit as he is due instead of trying to show off my own list when I personally am playing his exact list. I felt there was no other reason for me to try to add any kind of spice or anything. His list works, it's insane, and hopefully you guys do enjoy. I've babbled enough, but let's get into it. Hashtag Thunder Gang for life. Smash that like button if you guys enjoy. So we'll get into it. So for the Thunder engine, I've got, of course, the triple OG, triple copies of Dark, 2 copies of Roar, 2 copies of Matrix, the 1 copy of Hawk, and the 1 copy of Duo. So these are our main Thunder Dragon cards. I don't really think anything really needs explanation. 1 Duo is pretty standard. Hawk, just because we don't have Colossus anymore. You guys obviously know you don't want to brick on these. He also cut this card to 2 because he didn't want to brick on it. So he originally was playing 3, he cut it to 2. Warren, he does play 45 cards. The reason is you are playing some bricks in this deck. You don't want to draw clunky hands. You want your hands to be able to go. This isn't as much of a turbo deck. It's more of a, I don't want my hands to clunk and everything. So 45 is a really good number for that. I've played 45 card decks in the past myself. It just helps you so you don't draw those kind of like dead hands with weird ratios. So makes sense. And then of course the 3 Dark and the 3 OG. That really doesn't need too much more explanation. For his normal summons, he went with two main forms of summoning. So for 4 normal summons, 2 copies of Solar and 2 copies of Lupine. Both are good in their own warrant. They're both very, very strong. Aloof is great. Really just punishes your opponent for hand trapping it. Solar obviously is like combo. If you can Solar, send Roar, start banishing with Chaos Monsters, you get full combo. Also generates a token to help you link climb. So very, very strong. He felt that if you're gonna play more combo, you can up your counts. If you're gonna play more control, you can up your counts. It just really depends on player preference. But 2 and 2 is just a really good ratio for those monsters. Then onto his Chaos Engine. His Chaos Engine consisted of 2 copies of Levianeer, the 1 Chaos Creator, and then the babies, which come in the form of Valkyrie, Collapse Serpent, and Wyva Buster. And he also played a new addition, which is the Chaos Betrayer. So you guys have already seen all these cards before on the channel. You've seen them all around YouTube. Levianeer is insane. Chaos Creator is great. Helps you, just very easy to summon. Searchable off fusion. Lets you generate more advantage. Get back a guy from the graveyard. Recycle cards in your banish pile. And then these 3 babies. Valkyrie became like a new version of the baby dragons. Just helps you banish. Like if you open Solar, you can send Roar, and then if you don't open Wyva Buster, you can get Valkyrie. You can go Solar Valkyrie. That's like full combo. And then the babies don't need an explanation. You get them off Chaos Space, and they're amazing. The new card though is Chaos Betrayer. So what he is playing in this deck to go with that is the Sacred Beast Engine. It correlates with 1 copy of Dark Beckoning Beast and 1 copy of Chaos Summoning Beast. So basically what you do is you're actually able to make a turn 1 Curious. You use the spell to search this, then you use the effect to search this, then you summon this, you turn this into a Link Kuriboh, you then use the effect of the spell to bring this back, you turn this into a Relinquish Anima, then you combine the three of them into Curious. With Curious you send this, so what Chaos Betrayer does say is that if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish a light and dark monster from your graveyard except itself. Special summon this card in defense position, but banish it when it leaves the field. If this card is special summoned, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. So what's crazy about this is that he was looking for a really good target to send with Curious. Obviously you have your regular monsters and your regular thunders to just set up combos, but the beauty of this is that this gets double utility. Being able to send it, if it's in the grave, you can special summon it, trigger your thunders, and also it will banish a card from your opponent's graveyard. I think that's awesome. I think the fact that it's one card is awesome too. It's not just a monster, so it's a DD Crow, but for anything, so that's fantastic. I love it, and yeah, that was it. And then, like I said, these are what fuel Curious. So very, very interesting engine. He was the first player I've seen to do this, and I really like this engine. Being able to play Curious in the deck is amazing. It's one of my favorite links in the game. It's just awesome that you can actually play it again in Thunders. We haven't been able to play it in a really long time because we used to rely on Dangers, and now you can do it literally with the one, if you open the spell for Sacred Beast. So that is just amazing. And then he is, of course, playing Dragoon, because why would you not? So you've got, of course, your Ultimate Wizard in terms of attack and defense, and your Ferocious Dragon with a deadly attack. You guys already know that makes your Dragoon. And then his only hand trap was Gamma, the Gamma Driver package. He explained that he felt that no other hand trap was necessary, and you can agree to disagree, but I think this really is true. The fact that Gamma is just, just so great, it gets the problem off the board, completely negates it, makes it so strong. While Ash is great, it does stop something. Players can push through Ash. A lot of times they can't push through Gamma. Not only that, he's also playing Teleport, which lets you summon this out of the deck and helps you link climb and helps you go into your Verde Anaconda a lot easier, and it's also a light for your Chaos plays, so it's fantastic. But that's it for the monsters. I believe it's 31 monsters, a lot of monsters, like I said, 45 card deck. Onto the spells, arguably the best card in the deck. I mean, I don't really think it could be contested. Chaos Space is just ridiculous. Every time I lay this card down in a deck profile, I'm baffled of what to say. But yeah, this card is just everything for this deck. It's the reason why you're able to play Chaos Thunder still in 2020. 3 Allure, because it's basically Pot of Greed in this deck. There's no reason not to play that. Just a fantastic draw card. And then the card that makes everything go for the Sacred Beast engine is the opening of the Spirit Gates. Now, you guys are probably wondering, why does he play 3? Because you want that consistency. Again, he is playing 45 cards. Now you could argue, oh well, you should just lower the deck count. Trust me, if you test the ratios, you'll see that this, just being able to open this card and then activate it and then get your Dark Beckoning Beast and then you just start comboing, it's fantastic. These cards are just, at that point, if you draw them later in the game, you can just use Dragoon and that can be your discard fodder. But I think this card is fantastic. You don't brick as much, especially unless you, of course, you open all 3. If you open all 3 cards, well, it just wasn't your day to begin with. But I think that this engine is fantastic, and this helps the consistency of it, and it really fuels what the engine can do. Being able to search and then being able to help you get that additional normal is fantastic to help you make your Link 1s and then into your Curious, so that's fantastic. I really, really like that engine. I haven't seen anyone use it before. Like I said, got to give credit to Andres Torres. It's an amazing engine. It does so much for the deck, and anything that lets you play Curious is fantastic. The card is insane, in my personal opinion. Rest of the spells, we got 2 copies of Thunder Dragon Fusion. Obviously, you can send this off Verde. You don't need 3 because it is searchable, basically, kind of in a sense, by obviously you could search it off Dark. You could also just get to it later in the game, but 2 is perfectly fine. And then, of course, the power 1 of the Gold Sark. You guys already know Thunder cards. The E-Telly, because it summons your Gamma to help you link climb. And you've got, of course, the Red Eyes Fusion to go with the Dragoon, and also you just send it off of Verde. So that is it for the main deck. It is 45 cards. Again, I explained why he plays 45 cards. On to the extra real quick. For the fusions, we've got the 1 Titan and the 1 Dragoon. So he said only 1 Titan is necessary. If you do the combo correctly, you only need 1. You can also shuffle it back with Chaos Creator, which is true. If it does get in the graveyard and you do banish it, you are able to use Chaos Creator's effect, and just get it back and shuffle it back into the extra deck and then resummon it, so you have that option. And Dragoon, obviously, because it's broken. Card is absolutely insane. Then he's got the 1 Synchro that he does play. This card is awesome. If you guys haven't tried it out, you definitely should. Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Magical Dragon card, basically mills, and then you add, it's just so broken. It can come back as well. It has a built-in Reborn effect. The card's fantastic. And then the only XYZ he does play is number 38. Now this card could potentially be cut because you do have the option. You do have the option to make it, but a lot of times it doesn't come up as much as you think. However, you are able to use this and then detag attach, and then you are able to bring this back. So there is a lot of synergy there. This is something that he's still messing with. It might change in the future, but for now it's the best rank 8 you can play, like that, Dingirsu, or something else if you want. But that's it for that. And then to the links. For the Curious combo, you need to make the Link Kribo and the Link Rishanima. I already explained how you do that. It's fantastic. Really helps out the consistency of the deck. And these cards are really good. Like, I really like Anima going second. Like, you can turn your Matrix even into this and then steal a card, so that's great. He plays one copy of Link Ross. Now, his Link Ross is not used for super degeneracy like the Highly Fibrax combos. What this is used for is just to help you relink. Like, you link a Link 2 like Phoenix, then you link back into Link Ross, have another monster, and then you link into Verde. So you're able to have more versatile links. I actually really like how he plays this card in this deck, because most people look at it as like the combo enabler with Highly Fibrax, but you actually use it for different warrants in this deck. So I really like that. And of course, the already mentioned Verde. This card is crazy. The IP Masquerade, because it helps you create disruption plays. Cross Sheep, really good with all your fusions. You guys already know it helps you link climb. Your 2 Nightmares in Phoenix and Unicorn, no reason not to play them. They're just very good utility cards. And then, of course, Curious. Curious is amazing. Can just send your Chaos Betrayer. If you draw it, you can just send something else. Mills 3 cards as well. Helps you just create your Chaos plays, and I think the card is great. If the card would be destroyed by battle, you are able to get back another card as well, so that's really fantastic. Or I believe it just leaves the field. I believe it's yeah, if the card is sent, let me see. I believe it's if it's sent by... Yeah, you have a target card in the graveyard. Yeah, so that's crazy. So this card is fantastic for the deck. And then the last 2 cards are the Appaloosa and Borreload. So he is playing Borreload over Borrelsword because Borreload helps you out Dragoon, which is great. And having another out Dragoon is always warranted in a format like this. But that is the whole deck, you guys. Again, shout out to Andres Torres. He's definitely a player I look up to, especially for Thunder. He really just does not stop playing this deck. He's actually insane for that. You know, he really warrants what hashtag Thunder Gang means. He is the loyalist Thunder Dragon player, and he just keeps innovating the deck so that we all can learn from him and get better with the deck because of that. So I want to thank him for that, and thank you guys for, of course, tuning in. Again, if you guys want to check out the side deck as well as some more awesome videos and stuff that we do over on my Patreon, link is in the description below. Any tier will get you that, whether you do tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. You literally can get access to all the videos as well as some other awesome rewards. I'm still working it out, so trust me, there will be better stuff coming in the future, but I just want to make a really good Patreon for you guys because I really do appreciate all your guys' support. But as always, hashtag Thunder Gang. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you, Andres Torres. You keep us playing this deck, which is just amazing because we absolutely love playing this deck so much. But thank you for all that you do, and thank you guys who are loyal to Thunder Dragons, and all you loyal Thunder Dragon players out there. We will continue to work on this deck. We'll continue to get more information for really good players like Andres, and we'll continue to keep the dream alive. Even with Colossus here or not here, we're still doing big things. But that's all I got to say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.